Hi, we are here with another episode of Santulan. Just speak out. तो आज हम लोग इस बात पे चर्चा करते हैं या सोचते हैं कि औरतों के साथ अब आजकल आदमी भी ब्यूटी पार्लर तो जाता ही है और अपने फेशियल भी कराते हैं, हेयर कटिंग कराते हैं एंड खासकर अगर पार्टी में जाना हो सो वो तो बनता ही है विजिट। चलिए हम लोग भी एक ऐसे ही शख्स से मिलते हैं जो कि मशहूर हुए हैं एक ब्यूटी पार्लर के वजह से। अब आप सोच रहे होंगे कि कितने ब्यूटी पार्लर, कोई लोकल ब्यूटी पार्लर, कोई a beauty parlor from abroad. So let's see which beauty parlor we are going to talk about. And friends, keep holding your breath because you are in for a surprise. So namaskar and welcome to our this episode of Santulan, and we have two very wonderful people here with us. And as is my habit, I will now keep quiet and I will ask them to do a self-introduction about themselves. So, we shall go against the rule of ladies first and we will start with gents first.
Okay, my name is Akshay Singh. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer, director, actor, producer. And I belong to Varanasi Mandal only. I was born in Ghazipur. And I have written, directed, produced a feature film called Pinky Beauty Parlor, which has traveled across the globe in 32 international film festivals. I've directed and produced and two web series, Asina Bepure So and Naam Gum Jayega. They're available on Amazon Prime. And I've featured as an actor on all the three. So I guess that's it.
Wonderful. Ma'am?
I am Bonni Shikha Das, and I am a writer producer. I have been writing television for the last almost 15-16 years, all the various serials like Udan, Maharana Pratap, Viday and many more. And then I turned producer along with Akshay Singh, and our production house is Akshika Entertainment, where we have produced web series. One of them is on Amazon, which I have written. It's called Naam Gum Jayega. And then we have also produced a film, Pinky Beauty Parlor, which he has written and directed. And yes, now we are working on a couple of more films that will go on floors this year under our production house. And yes, that's about it.
So, I shall start by asking this question, that what brought you to this line of work?
Ma'am, as far as I remember, I always wanted to do something with this creative entertainment field. Because I was sharing the other day that the first skit that I wrote was in the Standard 8th, which was, yeah. And as a kid also, I've studied in boarding school in Dehradun. So whenever I used to come to my hometown Varanasi, and I was growing up in a joint family, so I had lots of cousins who were younger than me. So I would write a skit or a short or whatever, say, and make them act. So I was directing at that point of as well, and I was also play a role, and we would capture it on a handy cam or even on still cameras. So that's I think the seed of me going into this field or doing something in this creative field was sown long way back. I mean, I don't remember when, but as far as I remember, I always wanted to do this, ma'am.
So, this is the seed of creativity which you had, which many of us have. But then my next question is going to be that how did you manage to reach where you are today, and how did you make that seed sprout and sort of flourish?
So, ma'am, as it is, earlier, now though it has reduced a lot. So, going into film industry or doing something in that was a kind of a stigma for most of the parents and people. So, obviously, I had those, doubts in my mind whether I would be able to reach there because, coming from a family in Ghazipur and going to Mumbai, no film connections, nothing like that. So, but I was, I was kind of finding ways how to reach there. So I took the path of, I was like, of course, I was into dramatics and all at the school level, but that was not enough. I had to, hone my skills as well to reach there. So I was like, I went to Delhi to do my graduation, and there after enrolling into a college, I went to an institute called Shriram Center for Performing Arts, which is in Mandi House. So, so I was like, I have to, hone my skills. It was not enough. So they have a 2-year diploma course in acting, which was a theater based.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll go and enroll it. So I was.
Put up some of the best dramas, I think.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
They do.
So that's how I started doing theater there. In fact, I was rejected the first year because I had no clue about, besides Shakespeare, Julius Caesar, Macbeth, which was in a course, I had no idea about theater or drama. So they told me, like, you're not, prepared enough to even enroll here. So you need to have that knowledge. And also for a year, I was totally into watching plays and theater that was happening in Mandi House. Whether it was in National School of Drama or Shriram Center or Kamaini Auditorium, I was watching plays, I was reading plays. So I prepared myself for a year. And then again went there, and that year I got selected finally.
So where did you meet ma'am, and how did you all, connect regarding becoming?
So then that's very interesting. So we were studying together in Delhi.
Okay.
So we were in Delhi, New City.
Ma'am is going to tell us about.
Okay, yeah, please. Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were in Delhi, studying in Delhi University, and we had actually common friends, and that's how we met. I think the first initially, and I think you tell this better, but I can say that I have a love for food, and that is what kind of, and generally girls are very picky and choosy about their food, and I used to be not. No, I used to just love to eat and very not caring about what is being served, and he had noticed that, it seems. He later told me that there was, his brother actually was a common factor. His elder brother had a group of friends, and I used to be among that just group of among the juniors and all that. I had gone there, and there he saw that if all the girls were like picky and choosy about the food, and we don't eat this, and this will affect our figure and all of that.
Yeah.
But I was in the kitchen eating what was getting cooked.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and he seems to have noticed that from somewhere. He's like, okay, this is an interesting girl. And then we became friends. We had too many common things, and all the other friends were left aside, and we became very good friends. And we used to do everything together. And
Yeah, we had that common thing of going and watching plays, and we would start discussing about stories. She used to write poems and all at that point of time. That was a common factor.
yeah,
So did you write any poems on him?
actually no.
No. Okay.
Now she writes characters for me in a web series, and she's
So yeah,
Yeah.
she knows exactly what would suit you. Like
no. But the thing is, every time she gives me a different character, and she
that's
says, "You have to
very
play
good.
this."
she recognizes your versatility.
Yeah, and actually also being there so much together, I have seen all his avatars from
Yeah.
close contact, so I kind of know, even if he doesn't know, like I know that this will be a good one to challenge him.
Yeah.
And in general also, as theaters, we like to cast, otherwise also when we cast some actor, we like to cast an actor who hasn't played that kind of role before.
Yeah.
It's always so much more exciting and challenging. If you cast him in the same one, there's nothing for us to explore.
Yeah.
Even the actor should be like, why me? Why have you selected me for
Yeah,
this?
it's a very anti-casting kind of a thing that we do. Yeah.
So it's challenging to see him also in a role that he hasn't done, and write something like that for him. So yeah.
Very interesting. And how did you come into this? What was your line of interest which brought you into this?
So I used to actually write from my childhood, and write in the sense I used to that time as a very young child I used to write poems, and which my parents used to be very encouraging about, and my father would specially go and give it to the local newspaper, and it used to get published. So I used to be very happy, and I thought, okay, I'm a writer, but that was till that much only. But when I grew up, I started writing some stories, and stories used to get continuously cooked up in my head, and I used to think someday I'll give it to some filmmaker or something. I didn't have the idea at that point of time that I can also be one. I just thought कि I'll give it to someone. But when I grew further, I thought, no, why should I give it to somebody else? I could go there and I could be making it kind of thing. And in the meantime, we met each other. So our dreams seemed to collide. We had similar dreams and similar kind of, aspirations. And then I felt ki this is doable. Bombay is the way to go. And I followed my dreams to Bombay, and I started by giving better. I didn't go for any course or anything, so I started by giving my raw stories to people.
Okay.
And they were selected, they were loved because the rawness of it was loved. Because there is generally people who have been writing for a long time, एक pattern हो जाता है. So when I came in, whoever I gave stories to, they loved the rawness of it. And then on the job, I started learning the technicalities of it, because screenplay writing is technical, quite technical.
Yes, it is.
So on the job, by trial and error, by making mistakes, by listening to others, I started grabbing and I'm a very good learner actually. I'm little like a sponge. So I started grabbing the thing, and from there on, there's been no looking back. I have been continuously writing one after the other television shows. And until a point when he has been doing his thing, I have been doing my thing. And then at a point we felt we have many stories to tell, and we want to tell it our way.
Yes.
Without too many hiccups and too many people saying, let's do it
like this
and
or
do it
like that, you know.
That is when we decided to join hands to create this production
Really,
house.
really wonderful and commendable, I think. Wonderful cocktail,
Yeah.
Eddie one. And you've given a lot to the, public. I must tell you that I'm a great fan of Uran that you have written.
Thank
you.
And I'm sure that whoever is going to be watching this program is also going to be thrilled that they are talking to you, getting to talk to you. So, before we wind up this particular episode with you of Santulan, I would like to just ask one more question, this time from you, ma'am. That what idea or advice or what would you suggest to young students at school who are also having dreams and aspirations and are writing poems and writing little stories? What would you like to tell them from your side?
Yes, actually, it's we today met some of them, also some of your students, and it's a very lovely thing that students at this young age have started writing their poems and their stories. And one of the things that I feel like telling them that some of them, as I've seen, they're writing books already, and they can get a little more clear about what they want to do with their stories ahead, because now things are a possibility, because we both feel that the fact that we have come from where and reached here, it's a possibility that if you want your stories to reach the screens, reach the big screen, reach the small screen, it's a possibility. So one should move in that direction, and of course the path might not be, because parents and families might not always see this as a main career, but if the child is very passionate about this, they can see it as their main career, because that's a very big possibility, and they should just keep on at it, not give up hope on it, because even along with the studies, they should keep their hope on it, keep on doing their passion of writing. And it's a possibility that they can make a career out of it. That they should remember and not give it up for something else.
Yes, wonderful to persevere and to pursue one's dreams. And sir, what would you like to give as a bit of advice to the students?
So I'll just add that I was speaking to them. So consistency is the key. So I said, even if they have these hurdles of obviously, following all this syllabus and all that, I'm sure in a day they can take out at least half an hour for that hobby, for that passion, whether it's writing poems or anything. And if they do it daily, they will not realize very soon they'll have a book or, a bunch of poems with them. But consistency is the key. If they do it every day, even for half an hour or 15 minutes, sometimes what happens because of the peer pressure and the syllabus and everything, because they have to exams and all, so they keep postponing,
Yes.
That's a human habit.
Yes.
Keep postponing, one day when I have this free time or when I'm in my vacations, I'll write this, I'll write that. But it never comes.
Yeah.
And the time is never enough. So it's better to give half an hour, 15 minutes or an hour, nothing better than that, every day. They can have their stories and poems, and And obviously, the more they use their creative imagination for writing, for visualizing, it gets sharpened.
Yes.
The more this tool is used, and if it's used daily, it gets sharpened. Your skill gets sharpened. So I think consistency is the key.
So thank you so much for both of you being such busy people, but because you were visiting Varanasi and our children were blessed by your presence and interaction with you. So wish you all the best for your coming programs and whatever you are going to be giving the public. And I hope that our children of Varanasi, students, not only from one school but many schools here, who have hidden talents, would be able to take advantage of the love which you are showing them. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor. It's a pleasure to be
Pleasure
here.
talking to you today, actually.
Yes.
67, shot one, take one. And action.